my mom's favourite and only son was born. Like you can imagine, I can't remember much of that day, but I've been told that it was a festive day, albeit mostly for close friends and family. I was born into a big family, although I only have one sibling. My dad has two siblings, which made his family seem small in comparison to my mother's family. She had 5 siblings, most of which followed my granddad's lead. The result of this being that between 16 cousins, we were never short of people to help us pass the time. During my childhood, my cousins and I would have an annual visit to my grandfather's farm, giving our parents a well-deserved break. When we became old enough, we would help on the regular farming duties. This included herding cattle, ensuring there was water, and driving from feedlot to feedlot to ensure that there was enough feed during the dry winter months. Farming is hard work. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise. However, upon our return every year, we could see the value of our hard work and the fruits of our labour, because the farm grew beyond here every year we returned. When we were not helping with farming duties, we were having a fierce ping-pong competition. Being that we were 16 cousins, and the majority of us being male, there was no slack between us. In the late mornings, we would walk to the farm shop and get our daily provision of milk, freshly pasteurized and delivered from a nearby farm. With a full house of 32 people, cousins and parents included, cooking and cleaning was a massive undertaking every day, and we were divided into teams to ensure the job got done. When not farming, cooking, cleaning, or playing ping pong, we used the time to walk back to the shop to refill our provisions of cool drink and chocolate and trade in our empty glass bottles. This annual visit was the highlight of my year from kindergarten all through high school. During my high school years, my parents decided that we were finally old enough for an international family vacation. Destination of choice? Europe. I could barely contain my excitement. We were finally going to be world travelers. My parents asked for suggestions, and apparently the red light district in Amsterdam was not a family favourite. Although my dad and I were not outnumbered in our destination of choice, the decision was vetoed. During this family trip, I earned the nickname of the nervous traveller. My trouble started on a British Airways flight 10,000 feet in the air. As we started to descend, my nausea started to ascend. And the combination of anxiousness, hunger, lack of sleep, and fear of the unknown compounded to finally reach a climax as we reached Heathrow Airport. I exited so fast, my parents thought they lost me in Heathrow Airport. Shock and panic ensued for the next 5 minutes. However, I just ducked into the first bathroom I could find and found them on my way out. This is a trend that continued for the duration of the trip. I was so nauseous at the start of every day. Near the end of the tour, the guide asked my parents if it was at all possible that I could have morning sickness. Being stuck in a foreign country, moving from hotel to hotel each day, I had to suck it up and persevere. This was possibly the best and the worst family vacation I ever had. After our trip, I could not only list the most beautiful tourist attractions we saw, I was also so well versed in the location, size and cost of each water closet in Europe, I could write a comprehensive nervous traveller's guide. I could not be more relieved to be back in South Africa. After this trip, most of the awkward teenage years had passed and I was finding my stride. I am curious by nature and enjoy taking up new hobbies. My first hobby was to learn how to solve a Rubik's Cube. I enjoyed that so much, I went all the way from a 3x3 Rubik's Cube to being able to solve a 7x7x7 Rubik's Cube at the end of my high school career in Britain in 2014. I picked up a few other skills along the way and also learned how to juggle and to slackline, although none of these hobbies seemed particularly interesting to my girlfriends. Nowadays, I prefer a hammock and a good book on a Sunday afternoon, or a good hike along the many trails South Africa has to offer. During my formative years, it felt like all eyes were on me. However, with the help of family, friends, hobbies and hard work, I found the confidence to stand in front of you today and break the ice. Mr. Zondagh.